One, two. Hello. If someone is in the chat, could you please just give me a message to say that you can hear me and see me okay? That would be lovely. Two of you. Fantastic. Like I said, guys, if you can just let me know that you can see me and hear me okay, that would be great. This is a bit of a new process for me. So you can type something in the live chat down the side. You just say, I can hear you. That would be really helpful. Hello. If you can all hear me and everything, can you just put a message down the side just to say that you can? That'd be really helping me out. So, hello. One, two. Can you hear me? Really like if someone could just pop a message down the side. Hello. Can you hear me okay? Am I too loud, too quiet? Can you not hear me at all? Yes, but very quiet. Thank you very much. Okay, is that better? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Fantastic. Right. Excellent. So I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes just so that perhaps some more people can join because we've only got 6 at the moment. And I'm actually due to have about 16 or so of us joining. So I am going to leave it just a couple of minutes longer. But for now, if anyone does have any questions, just put them in the side and I'll get around to answering them. If no one's got any specific questions at the moment, there's some things that we can talk about and I can go through as well. Nothing too specific, just about good ways to practice and stuff like that, which is always good. So I think I'll give it a few more minutes before we fully kick this off. Like I said, if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to put them down the side and I will answer them as soon as I can. Okay, cool. I'll probably kick this off now. So most of the people in the group today are students that have started with me probably in the last. Hello. Hello, Lindsay. People that have started with me in the last few months, maybe had sort of anywhere between 3 or 4 and up to sort of 10 lessons, that kind of area. And in that stage when you're first getting used to playing, what's really important is just trying to do it as little as you can every day, or sorry, as little and often. Really, yeah, it's hard to sit down for sort of an hour at a time and practice because at this stage your fingers still hurt and things like that. So in a second, if no one's got any questions, I'll just go through some basic things just to make sure we're all getting on with everything okay. Like I said, there's quite a few different students in here, which is always nice. So yeah, if no one's got any questions, I'm just going to jump into it. So I think the way I sent out the videos in that specific order is the way that I would normally run a lesson. So it's really important just to try and maybe keep watching those videos in that order because they do follow a certain form. Um, Obviously, this is likely to continue after the Easter holidays because situation is still what it is. So basically watching those videos in the specific order that I've sent them will really, really help because they're done on a level where basically it will start with something that we've probably done a little bit before. It will go to something that might be completely new. We'll move on to something that's a bit more technical. So maybe some music theory stuff, maybe some chord stuff rather than playing a song. And then, finally it ends with perhaps something that we've done quite a lot before. Um, but really little things will help with all of that. So basically, when you're fretting, which is something that I think most people in this group have got round to doing. But it's at this stage it can still be a bit hit and miss, for lack of a better word, particularly on the strings closest to the ceiling. So essentially, when you're fretting, try and have your finger pushed on there as quick as possible, and try and make sure this is a nice strong finger. You don't want your finger sort of moving in like this. That's when you start to get problems. And basically, you just want to produce a really nice, clear note. So I know I sent some of you a bit of the song Dance where you're going like this. So I'm just going E3, E1, E, E1. That's a really, really good warm-up exercise. No matter what stage you're at, just trying that will really, really help, okay? There are plenty of ways that you can make that practice a bit more fun. For example, there's hundreds and hundreds of YouTube backing tracks at different tempos. I'd start with doing this at maybe like 60 BPM tempo, and then you can start to bump it up to sort of getting up to 100 and 120 if you can. That'd be great. Another thing you can do exactly the same with that is taking that song, which, like I said, was a song called Dance, and moving it up to different strings. So in the song, it does go to the B string. So I'm just on the second string up here doing the same thing. And then it just goes between the E and B. But to take it a step further, to get used to practicing this, is to go up to the G string, which is the next one up. And then perhaps the next one up to the D string, and the next one up to the A. And then perhaps the next one up to the E. Don't get it. Okay, fantastic. That's good. That's always a good talking point. So, what particularly don't you get? Is it the notes that you need to be playing? Is it the way you should be playing them? Is it something else? If you can let me know, that'd be really helpful because it's always good to get someone else's perspective on this. But essentially, all I'm doing here, I'm taking my third finger, I'm finding my third box along, which is this one. I'm putting my pick on top of the E string closest to the floor, and I'm picking that note. Then I'm moving my first finger to number 1 and pushing down in box 1, okay? Then I'm taking my first finger off and then my first finger back on, okay? So all I'm doing, really, really easy. We'd call that E3 because it's the E string, E1, E, and then E1. Okay? Then just taking exactly the same thing and moving it up. And then moving it up again to the G string. And then moving it up again to the D string. Okay, cool. I'm going to move on now. So that was some single note stuff. One thing that's really good to also practice is practice some strumming. So I believe most of you got sent a song called Into the Blue. Some of you, we've done it in class as well. Some of you not. The video that I sent would be the first time you perhaps heard it. So with Into the Blue, we're doing much the same thing, but with a slight difference. So I start by taking my third finger. I put it on E3. That's the one closest to the floor. Now, what I'm doing with my pick, instead of just picking one string, I'm putting my pick on top of the G string, all right, which is the third one up, okay, and I'm strumming down like that. Okay, so that's what we call a strum. Yeah, we're hitting more than one note at once. That makes up a chord. Chord tends to be either happy or sad, or major or minor. This one, for example, is a happy chord. The next chord I play is a G major 7. I take my second finger and I put that on E2, closest to the floor. Okay, I then put my pick on top of the G string again, and I can strum that one again. That makes a G major 7. Okay. Now, those are both major chords. The next chord is a minor chord. It will sound a bit more kind of sad, if you like. My pick just goes on top of the G string for this one, which is again the third string up. And I'm picking G, B, and E all together. So it sounds like this. Okay, that is a minor sounding chord. The next sounding chord is slightly different because I've got to take my first finger and I put it on B1. And then my pick still goes on top of the G string. And I pick all of the strings at once as well. So I've got... Okay, that was basically that's all Into the Blue is. It's the same thing over and over again, which is really nice and good. It's sort of a lot of repeating patterns, which is really easy to grasp. So I know I've just briefly covered songs that we've done before, but I figure it's the best way to do it is to just start working through stuff. So we have got probably about 5 minutes left until I've got to end this, unfortunately. So hopefully you've got something out of this. Feel free to give me some feedback. Feel free to ask any more questions. That's really helpful because I can talk and talk and talk away, but if they aren't covering what you need, then just let me know and I will start to answer your questions. But let's take a look at what else we had, okay? Let's take a look at maybe something a bit more advanced. Right, what have we been doing? Aha, okay, so I believe I sent pretty much all of you in this group a song called Shotgun, or a song called Leave a Light On. What's really good about these two songs is they are the same notes, we just start to put them in different order. For the purposes of this, I'm just going to play Shotgun. So with Shotgun, really simple, I play one note every 4 beats, okay? And it's moving between different strings, all right? So to begin with, I take my third finger and I place it on D3, okay? So that's the third string down, third finger to third fret, all right? And then I pick this note and I get this sound. That is the first part of a song called Shotgun. The next bit I do is I move my finger down just to the G string, to the next one down. I'm using the same finger. It's actually on the same fret, just different strings. And then I pick this one. And it sounds like this. And then really, really easy after that, I just take my finger off, all completely off. I just put my pick on top of the D string and I pick this note. Okay, that's the third note. And then after that, I just take my third finger and I put it here on A3, okay? So when I start to play that together, start to get the progression of a song. So now I know that's a bit better, isn't it? I know that Shotgun can be a little bit fast. So what you can do is just on your own, just to get used to playing it. If any of you sing as well, this is a really good one to sing along and play along to because the guitar part's not too hard. So what you can do is basically I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to play every 4 beats, and to make sure I'm doing that, I'm counting my 4 beats in between. But what's really important is that you don't pick and then say 1, because then that makes it into 5 beats, because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll be 1. It's out of time, okay? It needs to be as you pick, you say the word 1, or you count. You can do this by counting out loud if you find that hard to do. Tap your foot. Also, metronomes are really good to use for this. Something around 60 is probably a really good speed for this. So just let me give you an example of how I'd practice that if I wasn't too sure of how to play at speed. I put my finger here. Other fingers, try not to touch any other strings because then you run the risk of doing this. And I go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, three, four, and one, two, three, four, and one, two, three, four. So the reason I'm saying and before I go back to my one is because that's the kind of space that I need to change. All right. We are going to have to wrap it up now. I hope you've got something out of this. There'll be more of these coming in the next few weeks after Easter. But finally, if anyone's got any questions, just put them there. And if I can't answer them this time, we'll get round to them next time because I've got about 30 seconds left. Because afterwards, I've got another group. So, final questions, please. If not, I'm going to end the stream in about a minute or so. Lovely. Nice one, Ben. Yes, the stream does save, so you can watch it over again. So after the stream ends, it saves and it goes on the MusicWorks page, and you can watch it as many times as you want. Hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, and all that stuff. Hopefully, I'll see you in the classroom soon in the not too distant future. But hope you're all doing well and practicing lots, and I will see you soon. Okay.